Hi, Amanda here from the Lenscap Chronicles, and today I'm coming to you from the Douro Valley. We're going to be exploring this incredible wine region of Portugal. Let's go.
Good morning, Porto. Look at these skies. Today we are off to the Douro Valley on a full-day trip for some wine tastings and some family-owned wineries. Cruise.
But first, time to pick up some takeaway breakfast for a big day of wine tasting ahead. And it's a Portuguese tart for me, I think. Our first stop, and we're in a little town called Amarante. This is a halfway stop along our journey to the Douro Valley. Our tour guide has informed us that there's a legend here that for women who want to marry but are beyond the apparent age of marrying, they need to go to the church, walk 3 times around the inside, and then come out and buy one of the sweet treats that are local to this area, and they need to choose the size of the sweet that they choose in their partner, shall we say. And some of these sweets go up to 50 centimeters, so it could be interesting. Okay, must be time for coffee and a snack before heading on to our first wine tasting. We have arrived in the beautiful gardens of Thierry Winery. Porto wine of the day. Cheers. So just taking a minute at lunch to show you this incredible view at vintage Thierry Winery. It's absolutely beautiful. We've just had our first port wine tasting, which included a 10, 20 and 30-year-old tawny port. We've been given some tips and tricks about how to spot the differences so that restaurants can't rip us off when we head back to Porto this evening for dinner. The beautiful setting of our lunch in vintage Thierry Winery. We've got a lovely dish of cod and potatoes about to be served. This is a traditional dish in Portugal. Just finished an absolutely glorious lunch here at Vintage Thierry. We started with soup, salad, unlimited wine, and I chose the cod bacalhau, which is a cod and potato mix. Absolutely delicious, quite salty. We had some really fun Canadians at my table who love the peri peri hot sauce, so we added a little bit of the hot sauce and it was such a good combination. The other option they offered was a pork and meat risotto. That also looked really lovely, but I'm very happy with my choice. So if you do make it to Portugal, I'd highly recommend a day trip to the Douro Valley. They told me before that if we don't eat enough, then we could be seeing our dragons a little bit sooner than we expected. So now that we have our full bellies, we're in a safe zone. We're off to try some more port wine in a few other wineries. I'm having such a great day out here in the Douro Valley. Got a boat trip coming up soon, so keep watching for some more amazing sights in Portugal. Just stopped on the side of the road overlooking the Douro Valley with the Douro River. This is where our tour guide was proposed to, so have a look at this incredible view. She said yes, by the way. So we've arrived in Pinhao, where we are going to catch our boat along the beautiful Douro River. It's a glorious day. It's October in Portugal. Life couldn't be better. That's probably the port wine speaking, but no, it's a lovely day and can't wait to get on our boat trip and see more of the river and the terraced wine fields. Very popular, lots of people out and about. We have arrived at Pinhao of Croft wines for our second wine tasting of the day. Here we are at Croft Wines, which is a much larger scale production winery. We've arrived at Croft and basically everyone just can't stop taking photos. It's such a photogenic location. You can see the terrace wine fields behind me and the day is just perfect. It's actually a little bit warm now. It's early October, but perfect late 20-30 degrees Celsius. Just glorious. For our wine tasting, we've had a bit of a tour through the winery. The Douro Valley is UNESCO listed, and in 1755 Portugal and particularly Lisbon was ravaged by an earthquake, and in order to rebuild the country and the economy they decided to pour a lot of resources into the wines and wine farming. So there is a rule in Portugal that you can't have irrigation on a wine farm. So there's lots of really interesting agricultural techniques to keep humidity in the air. The thought is that by irrigating the wines, they will lose sugar and taste, quality effectively. And in order to rebuild the economy back in the 18th century, they were told there was to be no irrigation. Despite being our second wine tasting, we're all holding in there quite well. We've been hydrating and it's been such a lovely, enjoyable day. This is our last tasting and then we're back to Porto for the evening. Here we have our tasting at Croft. We have the fine white ports, the ruby ports, and the very smooth tawny ports, aged for 7 to 10 years in oak barrels. Well, sadly our day in the Douro Valley is winding to a halt. We are all really lucky to have had such an amazing time today. We've experienced quite a few different ports, we've looked around all of the wineries, we've had some fabulous tours. I would highly recommend this if you're coming to Portugal. Step out of the main cities and get on a bus, come down, you'll make some new friends, you'll experience some lovely wine and a really unique part of this country. So back on the bus for me, a 1.5 hour trip back to Porto. Well, it's 7 p.m. We've just arrived back in Porto from our amazing wine tour. I'm walking through the Ribeira district, which is iconic for its small cobblestone pavements, beautiful quaint alleyways. Tomorrow I've got the morning in Porto and then I'm catching the high-speed train to Lisbon. So we'll be fitting in a lot more tomorrow in part 3.